Hey, greetings, everyone. Just wanted to reach out to you today, especially to all my earth angels, all those divine beings. You just need to know that whatever you're doing is perfect. You got to look in that mirror and you have to understand there are people outside in this world that will see you differently than you see yourself. I also don't notice myself the way other people notice me, but sometimes they compliment, which kind of blow me away. Only because I never take time to really realize, wow, that is part of me. So I just wanted to reach out to you, Earth Angels, and let you know you guys are fantastic. You're empaths, you're spiritual persons, you're divine beings, and all of you also, because of being such a spiritually observant and attentive person, you're able to pick up energies. I've been doing it my whole life. I've been able to walk in a room, know what people are hiding, know exactly which way to speak to them, know exactly what not to say and what to say. There was something that, I used to hear as a little kid about telepathy, and that has to do with our vibrations inside. We have these really high vibrations. It's a natural language. And with this natural language, we can hear each other. We're connected. We're intrinsically connected. And the thing is, we don't really notice it because we're stuck in this system. 0 to 5, you are walking throughout this planet as a child of wonder, and you accept every little thing, every person, no matter what. And there's also people that you will not accept. Because I remember watching my younger sister, whenever people would come over to visit, my mom said, "Oh, go give him a hug." And she said no. And she said no. I said no. Only because I knew that she was sensing something. And my sister was always like that. I also was like that, but not as in tune as she was. The older I became, the more I started to navigate this path a little bit more, and she started to navigate away from it. So I know she still has the women's intuition, but I don't know if she's still attached because her and I also don't have that type of communication. Outside of this world, I've pretty much been on my own. I'd say since I was 18. Went to my first year of school, college. Then after that, decided to go into the military. Then after that, I decided to move away to another country. And I eventually came back, to where I resided in the beginning in New York. Now, my whole life, I've been picking up people. I've been an energy healer, I've been a masseuse, a nutritionist, acupuncturist, you name it. Anything with alternative energy, I was able to do. And I also was able to travel to so many different countries that I would learn from all these people that are also energy healers. So I would later on find out that we are, us empaths, we are able to sense anything. I mean, anything. Subliminal disses, mental telepathy, thoughts, inner verbiage, inner language, inner vibrations, any changes in energy, body language, and it's impossible for anyone to really keep it away from us. You sense it. And the more empathetic you are, the less you are going to challenge somebody and the less you are going to specify to that person what they're carrying. Because we all know that when we walk on our path, we're the only ones that could find a solution onto our path. We could be guided to water, but if we don't sit there and try to drink it ourselves, we're going to die of thirst. And that's what I've been noticing throughout the world. You know, it's our gift to explore this divine creation and this divine path, this journey of the divine spirit. We came here to do something positive. You know, we came here to fulfill a purpose. We came here to walk in a destiny. But like I said, from 0 to 5, you're walking in that destiny, and then you get sidetracked. 5, you start going to kindergarten, and then you start going to school, and then you're stuck in school for so many years. When you're around your 20s, then you're stuck in the workforce. Then you're stuck there for another 30, 40 years. And then when you get older, you can't find that divine path. or maybe you just missed it. Some of us do wind up finding it early. Not everyone. Not everyone is able to do that because this is a world that keeps you distracted. Keeps you distracted in the system. Education, economics, entertainment, labor, law, religion, politics, sex, war, and counter war. I told you that's exactly what the system is about, and I mention it a lot on all my videos. Just so you can remember it. Because we all know how here in the States they love repetition, and the only way to make you guys remember anything is repetition. That's why you'll see the commercials come over and over, the songs on the radio over and over. It's just a way they want you to feel. Now, when I was young, I noticed a lot of things being Generation X. I noticed the programs on TV started coming in. I noticed the programs and what they were doing, only because I was attentive to that spirit. I was so open to it. I would never give it up. Even when I went to school and they tell me, "Yeah, I need you to learn this on the blackboard," something inside just said, "I'll learn that, but not this." It's just that innate being, that gut feeling. I mean, there's many names you can call it, but we're a divine being. And we were told when we were young we were created in a divine spirit and a divine essence. But we never traveled and explored that road. Because as a child, you walk in this good character. And that good character helps you. It helps you tap into these energies, it helps you tap into life, the God Most High, even the ones that came before us. Because even children start speaking to imaginary friends, spirits. We used to call them ghosts. There was energy of the divine spirit and a divine connection in this path of coming full circle. For instance, your mothers will give birth to you. They'll grow. You'll learn. You'll walk. You'll run. You'll die, and you'll come back. You know, energy never dies. Maybe this fleshy body might, but energy never dies. And most of us don't really realize that, because we got so caught up in that system. And remember the title. You should write down those words that I tell you about what the system is, so this way you can reflect to it when I'm speaking. Because I will just call it the system. And if you do not acknowledge those 9 words, all of this is going to totally escape you. If you don't really understand that, then anything you try to learn will just be obsolete. We're a vessel, you know, and in this vessel there's a divine spirit. I believe it. Here's your third eye, and in here is where that divine spirit lays, what they call it, your essence. There's something here that drops down to your sacral chakra, works its way back up, and on the third day it's resurrected, and you know that story. Well, there's something so special about us. But the thing is, we are, like I said, so distracted that we're not following the path that we need to be. You are a divine spirit and should be coming into your divinity and being able to balance yourself. But there are a lot of things that can balance you, but there's a lot of things that take you off balance. For instance, sitting in nature, grounding yourself, doing arts, writing, drawing, painting. There's so many beautiful things that you can do. Even enjoying the moment with just one, two people, a group of people, that puts you in that happy spirit, that divine spirit, because all children, they're chosen. They're chosen to walk their path. Us as adults, we bring in these children, bring them into this world, but don't show them how to walk that path because we're already distracted. And it takes us a long time before we wind up finding that path, if we find that path. You know, I know that a child can be born older than both parents. I was born older than my parents only because, not in age, but in frequency and vibration. I was in a higher vibration. I knew how to put things together. I knew how to understand the world. I knew how to understand the universe. I knew how to communicate through telepathy, vibrations. I already knew that. My whole life I have. That's why I understand why I've been alone so long. You know, not lonely, but alone. People are now awakening to certain things, and you have the society that says they're woke, but they're not really woke. But you do have some people that are awakening. For instance, when I was young, there were not too many people like me, and not in my surroundings. Half a century later, the universe is bringing us all together to show us that, yeah, you're a divine spirit. This person's a divine spirit. You see that connection. You feel that connection. You feel that vibration. It's like you guys had met before. It's like you guys knew each other your whole lives. Something is happening here in the world, even after COVID, that's trying to unite us again. So I know that there's a group of earth angels, and these earth angels are coming into um, abundance again. They're walking with other earth angels. They're meeting other earth angels. This used to be unheard of 50 years ago. You could not walk into another room or another town and find an earth angel. It was far and few in between. But now you see them. You see them a lot. I met four practically almost in the same town. But all of us were in the same area for a short time. And I know how pure they are. I mean, there's a lot of people that are loving, kind, sweet. I hate to say the word nice because nice doesn't mean anything. But people use that word, or it's almost like a dirty word. Oh, this person's nice. Oh, very nice. Oh, this person's fine. Oh, fine. Uh-uh. Pure, spirit, loving, kind, compassionate, empathetic. Very few. People use those words, but they don't act it. They don't show it in their actions, in their verbiage, in their spirit, in their mind. There's very few of us. I know if I'm around these people and I let them know that, hey, you're another one of myself. That's that word I use every time at the end of the videos. I use this word in Lakesh. It means I'm another one of yourself. So I just noticed that the only people that treat each other as another one of themselves would be the mothers. When they have a child, that baby will be born. She will look at it and accept that baby, and that baby will accept her and those vibrations. It's one of the most beautiful things on this planet to know that the child who is incubating inside the mother was in this collective spirit, in this collective communication, this collective vibration, working as one, two souls as one, showing you that it's possible that two souls can work together. And every other soul in here had experience working with your mother. So that means you come out into this earth realm and you're able to do it with everyone else. But you don't, because you get distracted, you get indoctrinated, you get conditioned. But then again, you're reawakened to it every time you either have a child or every time you have a friend, a really good friend. Ones that you call best friends, companions. Those those are the ones that will put you back on track. Because no matter what, you're not there's no judgment. There's only a beauty of acceptance. No matter what, they love each other. And that's what I stopped seeing in society. I do see it amongst some people, but I stopped seeing it in society when I was like around a teenager. I saw it like drift away, and then eventually it came back. But now it's more or less I could feel those connections that are attached to me, because people are so far detached from nature, divinity, elements, spirit, their path, you name it. They don't know which way to walk. They don't know which way to talk. They don't know whether to wind their butt or scratch their watch. They're just so distracted and and the mind is just not understanding anything. The heart will always speak, always, and it'll guide you. It always does. Right away, when someone says, "Hey, let's go in this direction," your gut feeling will say no, but you'll say yes. But that gut feeling, that's that heart, mind, and soul that sits there and speaks to you. That's that spirit. That's that divine essence. That's your guide. You were made in this beautiful image, and you have to realize how beautiful this image is, how powerful this image is. You're able to heal, nurture, give yourself self love. Kindness is the highest form of intelligence, but we don't show it. We don't show that intelligence. I know I will always treat you like royalty, no matter what. I will treat you the way I want to be treated. I will talk to you the way I want to be talked to. Only because I know what I would enjoy. I know what I would like. You know, it's very difficult to find all these kind people. People can only be nice for a moment. Kind is that's a 24-hour job. And I know that there are earth angels out there that are kind no matter what. They accept no matter what. I've met them. And I'm glad, I'm proud to know them. I'm blessed. I just want them to know that you got to get out there no matter what it is. If you have a divine counterpart, then you're able to be intimate with that divine counterpart to help yourself balance. If you do not have these counterparts, then you go out into nature, you play some music, you dance, you sing, you walk. You do beautiful things to make yourself smile. And you could always go back in memory, because you locked up in here are all those beautiful moments. Of course, the bad moments too, but all those beautiful moments are locked up in here. And as soon as you unlock one, that just resonates throughout the body, you know. And I've known this ever since I was young. I was always different, and I was proud of being different. I never wanted to fit in. I remember as a little kid, I'd walk in the backyard with my Dalmatian. I had a little puppy, and I'd tell him, something's wrong here. I could understand you. You could understand me. We understand the vibration, but mom and dad can't hear you. So the neighbors can't hear you. Why is it I can hear you? And it wasn't a crazy thing, because we're all connected, no matter what. Behind me, there's a nice little bush. There's a family of these honeybees. They're flying around. Some are sitting on my head every once in a while. Some are just sitting on the shoulder. Sometimes they'll just land on my body. But inside here, there's a whole family. And they sit there pollinating. It's so beautiful. And I could hear them. I hear them. I could feel them. I could sense them. And I know they sense me too. Because they'll sit there and they'll buzz in my face, take a look, give a little smile, and then take off. Because they feel those vibrations. I think that maybe checking to see if I'm a bush or a tree, only because I'm in that same vibration as nature, that universal language that we have, that universal language that the natives had, the aboriginals had, the first peoples in the world had. I used to speak about before, I used to do videos also before the 1800s. There was a special type of people around the world before it became colonized. And they all spoke a language that resonated all the way up into the universe. It resonated through elements, nature. But then once they were conquered and enslaved, they were told never to speak their languages again and never to teach their abundance to their children. So after a while, there were less people understanding the spirituality. So now if you go and you dip into it 500 years later, whew, now you're inside a public, that has absolutely nothing. They speak about Spirit have no idea what spirit is. They have no idea what the definition is. They can't even explain it to you because it's all in here. You know, that energy is all in there. And most of us have unlocked it. Some of us do. When we go out there, there are people that they can be jealous of it, you know, and they'll want to drain you. Those energy vampires, they'll want to drain you. But there are other energy vampires that will just want to destroy you. Now you have earth angels, you know, and spiritual beings and spiritual deities. And the stories from the aboriginals and natives were these deities, these spiritual beings, were once human. And they just transcended and evolved into a higher form. That's what us earth angels do. We're just distracted inside the system, so it's very difficult to navigate, to not navigate upwards in total because we have to navigate linear in order to work in that workforce to make that money that doesn't ground us, that makes life go round. But then again, when you're not working and you're out in nature and you're out with your friends or someone that you love, you see that that full circle just keeps on coming. And it's more like a spiral graph. That circle, you keep on going to different places, doing new things, and at the end of the day, you have your Fibonacci sequence. You know, you have created such a beautiful pattern, and that memory will be laid up in here. And you could always go back into the archives and pull that memory out of that closet and rekindle yourself. But that's why you have to walk in it all the time. You have to walk in this good spirit all the time. You know, here the system will make you think about fear, shame, and guilt. And those are the most dangerous to any type of spirit. Because as soon as you make a mean face, as soon as you get upset, you get all this nasty energy that sifts throughout your body. It just takes away the serotonin, the oxytocin, it takes away all the good energy and it destroys it. So those of a pure spirit, they have to face their infinity. You know, you are abundance. You know, you have to face your infinity without flinching. Walk the path of a warrior. Throw yourself out to the wind, ride it, and come out the other side, smiling. It's easy. Just can't forget who you are. So, just want to tell you, I love you, my earth angels. I love every single one of you. I love all of humanity. And for the whole world, in Lakesh.